Welcome to St. Raphael's. You know, we find St. Raphael in the Old Testament book of Tobit. We see Tobit was basically doing the right thing, but he suffered persecution, he suffered injury. How often do we wonder the same thing? And how often in our lives we can ask God, why when I'm trying to do the right thing, I'm trying to be right, and suddenly we're facing persecution or ridicule, and we can start to ask, God, are you there? God, don't you care? He is, and he does. His angels are with us, and he is with us, and we are with each other. At St. Raphael's, we know how to celebrate his healing. We rejoice that he's with us on our mission, and we give thanks for each other. How blessed we are to be able to celebrate our parish of St. Raphael. The patron of our parish, St. Raphael, God's healing. St. Raphael healed Tobit. He healed Sarah. But he accompanied Tobit's son Tobias on his mission. We have faith that God accompanies us as well. He accompanies us and heals us, not only individually, but he accompanies us and heals us as a parish. And for that, we give thanks to him. We know him as a patron for the blind, and we trust that God will deliver us, as he did Tobit, from some of the blindnesses in our lives. There's times that we don't see where he is, or we just miss it. That he protects us and heals us from our blindness. How blessed are we? Raphael is considered a patron saint of all of those in the healing professions, and how many we have in our parish. How many people in these fields, how blessed are we to have a patron saint to guide all of their endeavors. We know St. Raphael is a patron of travelers as he journeyed with Tobias. And how often do we fall into this category? Not only traveling geographically, but we pray because he's traveling with us in our life journeys. How blessed are we? We have a patron saint to call upon during our times of blindness, a patron saint to call upon during our times of journey, and those times that we're trying to assist others in their need of healing. Raphael is also the patron saint of lovers, and here we hit the jackpot. Everyone is called to love. Everyone is called to love always. In the book of Tobit, Raphael heals Sarah from the demons that are preventing her marriage. We have a patron to intercede for us at those times in our lives. We may feel that something is blocking my love or my ability to love. How blessed are we? I've said so many times, so many of you heard me say how much I love here in our parish, the window in the front of the parish. You see that window? That's St. Raphael holding this building. You see, that's this building. That means he's holding this parish in his arms. He's holding us, as he holds all. But we recognize it and we celebrate it. How blessed are we? We know that we are travelers because we know we're not there yet. But we travel together. We were not made to make this life journey alone. I invite you to become a companion on a journey with us, together with each other, together with St. Raphael, together with God himself. We celebrate that God does hear our prayers, as he heard Tobit, as he heard Sarah. We celebrate that he gets involved, and we celebrate that sometimes that involvement comes through other people. We especially celebrate those times when we can be those other people for somebody else, that we can be the Raphaels. Because that is who we are. Certainly that's who we're trying to be, we're striving to be, messengers of healing in a broken world. You see it as you come into the church every week. This is our mission statement. It's on the front page of our bulletin every week. We say, we, the parishioners of St. Raphael's, are a community of disciples of Jesus Christ, and as stewards of his gospel and as companions on a common journey to God, we are committed to welcome one another as active participants in worship and service, so that like our patron, St. Raphael, we might be healers, messengers of healing in a broken world. That mission statement came from us. It came from parishioners. It wasn't imposed from the outside. So why do we do it? Why do we write something like that? Because somebody said so, or because we think we're better than somebody else? No. We do it out of love. Period. And we know that the more love that we give to others, the more fulfilled we become. We become who we were meant to be in the first place. We become more godlike and more prepared to be with him when he comes again in glory, when God is all in all. You'll see it. You'll see it at the people who volunteer in our pantry out of love for our neighbors in need. You will see it in the people who volunteer as catechists out of love for the children. You'll see it in the people who volunteer in the ministries of consolation and bereavement, out of love to try to help people who may be going through the most difficult time in their life. They're doing this out of love for them. You'll see it on nights who feed us at so many celebrations, but also who minister and assist at the liturgies here in church out of love for this parish. You'll see it in our Rosary Society, who continuously prays for us out of love. And you'll see it in our Ministry of Praise, who gathers our petitions and our prayers and makes it their own out of love. That means our prayers are always before him because our ministry keeps putting it back there whether we can or not. Why do they do this? To be recognized? No. They do it out of love. And each and every one of them will tell you that the more they become and the more that they love, the more fulfilled they get. And they do it through their ministries. And they do it through their prayers. That is who we are. That is who they are as ministers. That's who we are. We're a community on a journey of becoming who we were always meant to be. We are St. Raphael's. We're in it together with St. Raphael as messengers of healing, and best of all, we're in it together with God himself. Welcome to St. Raphael.